Hi, my name is Doug Wolf. This is a 1973 Plymouth Roadrunner. It's a matching numbers car, which means the engine matches the number of the VIN that it came with, so it's the original engine. Original rear end, it is a different transmission. It's an overdrive transmission that I put in it out of a Dodge truck. I found this car, Eric and I found this car in Stone Mountain, Georgia. We drove up there one day, checked it out, saw that it had very little rust in it. It was certainly needed to be restored. The interior was shot, and it was 3 different colors, and it needed a new trunk pan. But it was a good purchase. The fact that it was matching numbers, the fact that it was a 340 car, is worth the purchase. So we ended up buying it then, and we hired a truck to come bring it home to us in Smyrna. I took every panel off the car, every suspension component. It was down to the rear bare frame. These are a unibody car, so you really can't get it down to the frame, but you can get all the panels off. Every panel is restored. I put a new trunk pan in it, new dropouts, which kind of close off the trunk to the fender or quarter. It did all the body work and sheet metal work myself. Completely did the undercarriage of the car, all new suspension, polyurethane bushings throughout. It's got a quick steer gearbox out of Washington State that makes it steer and feel like a modern car. The engine is a 340 cubic inch, but I've stroked it to 416 cubic inch. A company in Titusville called Brevard Cylinder Head did the machining and the engine work. The transmission was done locally at Earl's Transmission. It's a 4-speed automatic with overdrive and lockup torque converter. That's out of a 95 or back Dodge Ram truck. A little bit of modification to different things to make that work and fit. Radiator is a Champion radiator. It's all aluminum radiator with the matching shroud and twin fans. Besides that, the car's pretty much stock. The interior is going to be exactly the way it was. I've already gone through all the gauges. I built a stand to work on the dash and gauges outside the car. All the gauges work as they should. I do have gauges underneath the hood alongside the engine, critical gauges, temperature and oil pressure, so I can monitor that as I'm working on it and or tuning it. The wheels are going to be very similar to these Magnum 500s, but they're going to be a 17-inch wheel. I'm going to have an 8-inch wheel in the front and a 9-inch wheel in the back. It'll most likely have a 391 or a 355 rear gear, so I can cruise to 80 miles an hour and turn a respectable RPM. It makes about 420 horsepower, almost 500 foot-pounds of torque, so it should run pretty well. The car originally came with about 200 horsepower, so I've more than doubled it, and it's very streetable. Like I said, it's a big stroker motor, so it's not really working that hard. It's got factory cast iron heads. They didn't go anything like aluminum yet. Wanted to keep the cost down. It's a pretty expensive build to do this type of nut and bolt restoration, but I've been working on it for 3 years, and I've just got the motor in it. It starts right up and runs, so we're very close to actually driving the car. I'll go ahead and start it up for you. It's a trigger mount here right now, so all I have to do is really just pull the trigger. So it should run pretty well once it's all done.